I'm not going to throw this out.
Garbage right there.
I don't want to.
Straight ahead. Take a shot.
Oh! He's that number one draft choice right there.
Number one.
That
draft
number
pick.
one draft choice. Two Boys Podcast.
What up, it's your boy Chad O. Out here in LA.
Time to get lost on the subway. Thank you, Valencia, but I'm about to head on the train heading to Madrid. I'm telling about Two Boys Podcast on 13 Ghost TV. Like, subscribe, and send us a few messages. I don't hablo mucho español, but I'm doing the best I can. Peace.
Hey, this episode is sponsored by Number One Draft Pick Apparel.
Ooh, are we really?
Yes.
Nice.
Got some cool garments from them coming.
Nice.
If you haven't checked out Number One Draft Pick, they're on their way. They're a good friend of mine, my buddy. Shout out Algie. He wants to come on the show.
Uh-huh.
And they created this, brand apparel for Number One Draft Pick. I had it on one of the episodes. I had one.
I think you had it on like the week, the one we did
2 weeks
before.
ago. Yeah, or last week, or 2 weeks ago.
When last week.
But yeah.
Number One
wasn't
Draft.
last week.
Nice.
Last week was Roto week.
Nice.
But yeah, shout out to Number One Draft Pick. But my comment to him was always, well, that means you only get one guy a year. In each sport. Right? You only get one poster.
Number one draft pick. Okay, all right.
You only get one. Who was the number one draft pick in baseball? Is that such a thing?
There is.
Yeah.
It's so hard because baseball, like the path to being that guy is like so long.
Really?
Yeah.
But are there any memorable number one draft picks that you know of? Or does baseball not do it like that?
They're not. They don't. Their draft is not as hyped as basketballs and football because basketball and football, that dude's drafted and you see him on the field, you see him on the court.
Right.
Baseball, it takes a while, and so it's usually a pitcher, and it usually baseball has a farm system, and so it usually takes like 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
Very few dudes come up right out the gate. I can't remember the last number one draft pick who is that memorable number one
really?
draft pick. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
impressive. I mean,
number
that's
one overall.
That's pretty
draft pick.
different. The way the systems go, it goes to show you that it doesn't mean as much as the position.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
I mean,
It
Tom
just
Brady's
means
the GOAT of that, right? He's
the GOAT, and he was drafted in the last round.
Right. He's the number
Sixth
one
round.
poster boy. That number one draft pick doesn't mean that much.
I'm reading an excellent book by Malcolm Gladwell. It's called The Outliers.
Ooh.
I really think you'd like this book because it has to do with what we think about success and what the pedigree of success is, but it's really something other. It's other things that we don't consider.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that he's pointing out to in this book so far is that it's not that you are the number one guy. It's that you hit a cusp in which you can be included with the group of number one guys, number one people. So it isn't that he made this analogy about basketball. So if you're 6 feet, it's better than if you're 5'10". If you're 6'2", it's better than if you're 6 feet.
Yes.
If you're 6'4", it's better than you're 6'2".
Yeah.
But you get to a point in which your height doesn't matter, doesn't make you. It isn't the characteristic that makes you a better ball player.
Good analogy. With basketball, you could do that
Right.
for sure.
So he says, no, you just have to be good enough to be in that group. Once you're in that group, then things like, how hard you work and how your ability to retain stuff and stuff like that, all that stuff comes into play.
I guess that works for millionaires too. When you get in, once your bank account hits a number, you never look at it again. You just don't want it to go to zero.
Just everyday people too.
Yeah.
There's no they try to equate money with happiness.
Can't
And
happen.
there literally is once you have enough money to pay your bills and have some left over, having more doesn't make you more happy.
I agree.
So once you got, once the bills are paid and you got a few extra bucks in your pocket and, you can go on a vacation, go to a nice restaurant, save some money, blah, 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 blah. Anything after that doesn't necessarily make you happier.
Correct. But boy, oh boy, if you can't make a bill, if you're on the cusp of the anxiety,
Yes.
to paying a bill,
Yes.
and you're deciding food or like
Yes.
those choices that you have to make are tough.
Those are nightmare choices.
Those are nightmare
tough
choices.
nightmare choices.
And they don't let you sleep. It's like, oh man, they fester. They become cancerous.
They fester. They don't. Well, cancer. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They multiply. They just it just builds on top. You know what else builds on top of shit?
Talk to me.
Two Bros Podcast, because we are building up to now episode 112, episode
ding,
112. Ding ding ding. We've been talking
112.
about episode 112 for 4 episodes now.
We're finally here at
We were at
112.
episode 112.
Shout out to the boys in Atlanta, 112.
Yes, and as you can know, we'll be doing the Instagram post with all the 112 stuff.
Doesn't lie.
Give it a try. This is probably gonna be a short one because Chaddo's a little fucked up.
Oh no. Make no mistake. My fucked upism does not have anything to do with curtailing the show. So I went the entire
The
week
screen
without.
is off. I just realized the screen is off.
I know I turned it off.
Sorry.
But I went the entire week without drinking.
Okay.
Right? I just for myself. I do these things because I want to
it's-
prove that I'm in control
yeah,
here.
yeah.
I don't want to, And I went the whole week without drinking, and I said I'm just going to drink on the weekend, like
Okay.
like a normal person or a person with some responsibility. And last night we had we decided, a couple of the fellas, the level 1 guys, we decided to just do a night with the wives and hang out in the backyard in my buddy's house and put some blaxploitation moves on. We did Uptown Saturday Night.
Ooh.
Big Percy and Lil Seymour,
And I'm a big person.
So we did that, some crab legs, some gumbo, sit outside with the fire, and just chill,
Nice.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Who made the gumbo?
Dre, my buddy Dre.
Is it good?
Eats by Dre. Fantastic. And we decided this year, we normally do a seafood gumbo, which is pretty. So we had both. We had seafood on the side and mussels and all the other crazy stuff. But we did turkey gumbo. Turkey sausage.
Okay.
Smoked turkey gumbo, which was pretty fucking awesome.
Oh, nice.
Pretty good.
Multiple gumbos.
Yes. And then the ladies of Level 1, which now they call themselves Another Level or whatever. They made their own LLC.
Okay.
They decided to put their company together, and they did like this financial night the night before, which they were all putting in stocks and investing. And they took, like, out of our page, we all invest in a stock, and then we track a stock a week, and then we have to report and say how did
Okay.
we lost or we, one of those fun things that Ernie got us into, which is very helpful and actually helping us to learn the stock market, because when you get old, you don't know how it works, and people are like, "Oh, you're missing out," and it was like, "I gotta, stick your foot in it," So yeah, so kudos. So we had a nice gumbo night, and of course some libation, and somehow it wasn't the drinking. It was, I had a weed pound cake.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
And it was very fun.
Good day.
My buddy Mac and his wife makes these cakes,
Okay.
Snacks and stuff with some weed in it.
Okay.
THC content very high,
Now, do they just put it? Do they tell you how to do it? Do they just put it in, or usually like you make, like if you're
You make the
using
butter.
shortening, you make the butter with
Yeah,
it? And,
they do that. They
Okay.
steep it. They do the whole process, and yeah, really fun. So that kind of had me
when you ingest THC, it's a different
different high.
it's a different animal.
And it lasted quite a while because I was
Yes.
feeling very, my Saturdays I'm in the shop. I'm working, get my shirts done, get my
Right.
orders out the way. And I was like, all right, I ate the pound cake. And I was like, this is
Yeah.
crap. It doesn't do anything. And then it hit me later.
Yes, absolutely.
And it was like,
You think you were losing your mind?
No, just mellow. Just super mellow. I don't think it wasn't any, I didn't get anxiety. Nothing like the smoking weed for me is very paranoid. I'm very
paranoid.
Yeah, I'm very paranoid. Like I hear
Everything's
st-
moving. What's that?
Yeah. somehow ingesting it, I
Felt
get
good.
somewhat of a mellow.
Okay.
I am not promoting the use of anything illegal, by the way. Simply just stating the facts. By the way, last week I went to our buddies over at Discover CBD NY. Check
Oh
those
yeah, I
guys
saw
out.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do the podcast there.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna film there at the shop,
Nice.
and we're gonna give you guys abreast of all the things to know about CBD, all the myths,
Okay.
all the truths, the lies, and conceptions. And
Okay.
we're gonna film it right there
Truth,
at
lies,
this.
misconceptions. Nice.
So right in Bayside, Queens. Shout out to Discover NYC. Discover
CBD.
NY. Real cool guys. And by the way, I partake. I mean, you could if you have some like you said some extra change left, and you can spare on some goodies and stuff and things that I bought a ton of shit that I'm so happy with. I bought a CBD cream for my joints. A joint cream.
I have a CBD ointment. Yes.
Not
that
bad.
I use. Yeah.
Not bad, and it smells pretty good. It's like rosemary and lime. I have a lip balm. They gave me that
CBD
one.
lip balm.
They
Okay.
gave me a CBD lip balm. I bought some CBD seltzers.
Okay.
Phenomenal, by the way.
Seltzers. Okay.
Which put me to sleep like a baby. Like it was so good, such a good sleep. I'm amazed that, and that's no drug. That's no THC.
No, it's CBD oil. Right.
It's all
Right. You
CBD.
can extract.
Yes.
Right.
And I'm amazed at the feeling between the two, like the ghetto pound cake and the CBD from a dispensary, a store. Were two different highs. You know, like the high I got from the CBD, even the salsa, was not even a high. It was just a subdued.
Okay.
What I talked about the pound cake, just a little bit lower. Just really super cool.
Okay. Okay.
You know, you actually feel cool.
Feel cool?
Yeah, you feel like.
Feel like the world's okay.
Yeah.
Feel like the world's gonna be just fine.
Right.
Everything's gonna be just fine.
Everything's gonna be just
We got the new
fine.
president and everything. Everything's gonna be just fine.
So how do you feel about this election? What happened? Are you stolen? Not the right word.
No, I don't think. No.
Nothing nefarious here.
Nothing nefarious. I think Trump's trying to. I think they're trying to sue 3 states.
Yeah, his narcissism is kicking in.
Yes.
At a high level.
It
and
is.
It's like
It is. She's showing you how right, like how much of a child he is.
Yeah.
And we've spent our time defending him on certain things and whatnot, because a lot of the things that were put at his feet were kind of bullshit. But
Right.
it's kind of like, okay, you're being a fucking child
right.
now. I think he wrote a letter. And I didn't read it, so I think you would like the man to be a big man and say, hey, American people have spoken,
Right.
blah 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 blah. I think we can say that what we've done is X Y Z and blah blah blah, and
Yeah.
say the right thing. Like
Yeah.
when you listen to Biden's speech, Biden said all the right things. Now
Yeah.
I have said it publicly. I did not vote for Biden.
Yep.
I went third party. I voted Joe Jorgensen.
Okay.
When I voted.
You went down a ticket. Yeah.
I went down ticket, yes. I do not like Joe Biden.
Yep.
I think we're going to have some problems. I think some old shit's going to come back up. But I think the idea that we have this opportunity now to sort of like maybe mend some fences
Yeah.
is there.
Yeah. Well.
And so and it's always there at this time. This time it's always there.
always
Everybody
there.
feels good at this time. Everybody looks at the opportunity to do nice stuff now. Once it starts, then we're gonna say, "Oh no, fuck all that. I ain't doing that."
It's like the gym on January 2nd.
There you go. Everybody's there. It's packed. You can't get on the machine. You can't get on because everybody's there.
You can't get ellipticals. You
Everybody's
can't get,
working
right.
ass. I'm gonna be there 4 times a
Right.
week, and then about 3 weeks later, I'm gonna be there 2 times a week.
Then I gotta be somewhere else. I got something to do.
Right. Nah, I had to,
I had to go here. I'm
Kids
sorry,
had me
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I was wife.
It was Tuesday.
It was, and it was raining outside, so I don't want to get in the car.
Oh, well, the wind was blowing. The wind was blowing. and I
Wind was
couldn't make it to the gym.
blowing. The Saints couldn't hold the lead, and I just
Fucking Yankees lost
That's
again.
right.
Can't go to the gym.
can't go to the gym.
This is true. This is very true. But yeah, I agree, and I think one of these guys said it very politely saying, "Look, even Republicans." I'm happy to hear Republicans saying, "Look, I vote. I'm the other way. I voted the other way. I wanted it the other way. But I love democracy.
Yeah.
I love the fact that people are actually getting out and voting and doing the right thing.
Record numbers of people.
Record
voting.
numbers.
Like, what was it? Like, over, I think like 70% of all eligible voters actually voted?
I know.
That's crazy.
And the thought of when Obama went, you know, we thought everyone was invigorated then. And it took, what, 8 years, 10 years? I mean, it took 12 years for people to get invigorated after our first African-American president to go, oh, shit, we don't want this shit again. Like, I think more people just didn't want Trump than they wanted Biden. I mean, I'm the same way.
I agree with you there.
I just believe that, you know, they didn't care if it was it could have been anyone that wasn't Trump. The fact that this guy sat next to Obama all those years, 8 years, you know, that African American people look at it like, well, he can call Obama when he needs, you know.
Yeah, is that a good thing?
It's not enough.
It's
not enough. I don't know. I don't know that it's enough, but I think you feel the same way. I think a lot of people feel the same way. It's not enough to just be not that guy.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to, unless we're willing to set a standard by which we want things to run, anybody can come and be a snake oil salesman.
Right.
And sell you something nice.
Yeah.
You know, and yes, okay, this is going to be a great feel-good moment. I think a lot of people feeling positive, and you see a lot of people saying, okay, now the work begins. And I'm like, I retweeted back a couple people. I said, now? I'm like, well, shouldn't we always have been working towards this shit?
That's my point.
And if we don't take the damage is going to begin happening if we don't take this 70% of eligible people who voted, right?
Yes.
If next year nobody comes out for their county elections, for their local elections, for their school board elections, for all of those things that happen within that, you know, however 2-mile radius you live. If those same numbers don't come out there, we're going to be in the same position we are 4 years from 4 years from now. What the fuck is this? He doesn't know shit. Right. What the fuck? If we control the people who are directly representative of us,
yes,
and say, okay, well, we don't like that person's policy, so we're going to get them out of the movie there. Then we know that person's going to go forward and say, nope, my community wants this, that, and the other,
right?
And that's what they're going to fight for.
Well, this is so true, and we've ad nauseum, you know, on Two Bros podcast have always preached the local rap,
right?
That's where your voice matters,
right?
That's where at least you could be heard, and it should invoke what you're locally feeling,
right?
That kind of only works if you have a community, like we all, like me and my neighbors don't have the same wishes and wants, so because of religion, you know, and things of that nature, and so that doesn't give us a cohesion. It just, you coexist, you know. You
coexist, but that's probably just one demarcation to where you're
true.
different. You know, I'm sure that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, you told me about that one time when.
These people are crazy.
When your mom got sick or your grandma got sick,
these
and
people
so
are
a
crazy.
hospital ambulance came over, and somebody came over just assumed that someone was getting the shit beat out of them.
Right. It's just they categorize the call, the ambulance call. What is this? Domestic violence? What's going on?
Yeah. So maybe I don't know. Maybe you deal with community people who are shitty, but
I guess my point is that community matters.
Yes,
community matters. Knowing your neighbors matter. Like knowing the person across your street, because I can remember when Hurricane Sandy happened, and
you were at the other spot.
Yeah, I was at the other house, and when the shit hit the fan, people were like, "Hey, I'm your neighbor. Do you have power?" Like we met each other for the first time
in tragedy.
In a circumstance that was like, "Holy shit, it's about to get real here," and everyone was like, "You know, that's a shitty time to know someone."
Yeah.
Like, say hello today, like when it's nice out, when it's nothing, when you don't need anything.
I'm remembering these things that we're saying because as I, as I've said before, we've bought a new house and we're going to move into our new house
Right.
pretty soon. I think probably like first week in December.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. And so so the idea of like getting to know your neighbors
Yeah.
is important. You know, I've got a wife. I got a 2-year-old son.
Yeah.
I would like to have a rapport so that I know that when I'm gone and when I'm away, and Lord forbid if something were to happen,
Yes.
somebody across the street would be able to say, "Hey, that person doesn't this
doesn't belong.
This doesn't belong here," or that my wife and my son can go to a neighbor
Yeah.
and say, "Hey, I'm in a situation. You know,
Can I
you
use
help
the
me?"
phone? Can I use
sure
the phone?
thing,
Need to call
sure
my
thing,
hus-
absolutely.
Need to call my husband. Lock myself out.
We've thank you for making that simpler. I was thinking of a fucking tragedy.
No, no.
It doesn't have to be that. It could be something as simple as, "Oh shit, I left the oven on and I locked my keys out. Can
Super
I
simple.
use your phone to call my
Teapot's whistling. I lock my keys. I need your help.
We've already met a few people that seem to be just really, really nice.
Really, that's
Yeah.
but that's so important.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to bake a cake. You don't have to, bring. This lady down the block says, "Oh, let me know if you need an egg."
Okay.
Why an egg? I mean, I don't know where that came from, but it was a nice.
But it was a nice
gesture.
gesture, yeah.
I think she just fuddled with her words and
Yeah.
didn't know what to say, and she said, "Well, maybe if you need an egg or something."
Yeah.
And
But that's nice. Yeah, that's
I
nice.
know it's super nice. It was so nice.
You
but
should go get
the-
an egg.
The choice of an egg was like, wow.
Say, remember when you asked me for an egg? I kind of need one. And I don't want to go to the store.
Store's too far. You got an egg. I can.
You got an
borrow.
egg? Hey.
I don't know why she said egg, but the gesture is just knowing that, hey, I'm Karen, I'm Joe, I'm Bill. You know, I don't ever have to speak to you again
Right.
unless whatever happens. But hey, I'm Fred. And I think people just lost all of that decorum. Is that what you call it?
Decorum,
Decency? I
just
don't-
decency. I think we just don't. I don't know. We just don't default to nice.
Yeah, right. Good choice of words.
You know, you can default to just being a nice person. Like if you listen to a lot of shit that people are saying, I had to like stop going on, the internet and stuff and Facebook. I have to like put it down and not look at it for a few days.
You got to do it.
Because you hear some of the shit people saying, and it's like, why is that your first thing to say? Why is
Right.
your first thing to say filled with such hate and filled with such just animosity? Why why can't our first interaction be a pleasant one?
Yeah.
And then you know what? If I'm a dick, then I deserve for you to call me a jerk, and then vice versa.
Pretty much.
But we can't start off with a hello, how are you? Man, it's beautiful out. You gonna be outside all day? Why can't we start off with some shit like that?
Have you seen Van Jones? His latest sentiments on the election.
I know Van Jones, and I've followed him a lot. I have not. I heard he got very sentimental about
Super emotional, and again, what you just said in echoing, the people have went nuts on him and said, "Oh, you pussy, you crying, you know all this," and the man was basically showing his sentiment and his emotion came through tears, obviously, but he's just expressing. Not that, oh my God, I love Joe Biden so much or whatever else, but just the comment of saying, well, at least we could have a conversation now. At least we could talk to someone with some decency. And he said something, what you just said, everyone's just so fucking nasty. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's just nasty for no reason. Everyone's got this scowl,
Right.
this bitterness, this,
yeah.
as if,
And we're both to blame, and both sides are to blame.
no, always.
And
both-
it's yes.
Yes, it's both sides. It's not a
not a left-right
them
thing,
versus
right.
us or us versus them. I was like, you can't say the United States without saying us. Like, it's us.
Right.
It's always going to be the people. To think that there's some pharaoh or God or some false god or whatever you put at the head
Yeah.
makes us better.
Yeah.
Nothing. Never.
No. It's on you.
It's all
all
about
on us.
you. It's about us. It's about our community and how you treat people. And just some simple. I love what you said. Default to nice.
Default to nice.
Like that should be the. Well, I got nothing else to say. Have a good day.
My wife said something similar. My wife.
It's so true. Man.
My wife said something similar to that. That made me consider, because my wife, she voted for Joe Biden. But she said something very similar. She said it's not that she necessarily believes in Joe Biden, but she believes that what will come with Joe Biden is the opportunity to, like we said, just to be nice, just to conduct these same issues that we're dealing with, but to do so maybe a little bit more civilly, maybe a little bit more clear-headedness, maybe but not so much fucking name calling and all that shit back and forth. And that was the only consideration I had for voting for Joe Biden. My wife explained that to me, and I said, "Oh man, that's an excellent point. It's not necessarily him, but what he will bring with him." Maybe will be this thing that says, okay, look,
maybe
all that stuff in the past, we gotta fix that, and we don't have to be like that. We can get the same thing done,
right?
But we can do it a different way.
The beauty from my perspective of this all is, I think we know what we don't want now.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we know what we don't want.
Yeah. What have we said the whole time? I said, like, Donald
That's
Trump
the best thing you could
is
have.
the excellent example of, okay, I think this is it. I think we thought. Remember when we thought that Bush 2 was a stretch? This, like, they said, really? You think that's it?
I'll take
Bush 2 and
I'll take Bush 2. I'll take Bush 1 and 2. Because, man, it's the distractions. Like, I've said this 100 times. The Donald Trump, which we needed, we didn't get. We didn't get the right Donald Trump. We got the I told you so, motherfuckers. Now I'm gonna make you pay for it all.
Yeah.
There was a time when Donald was shrewd. He was this business guy that was a tycoonish. Forget his personal beliefs. You know what I'm saying? There was a time that rappers rapped about Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
And one, I'm be like Donald Trump.
They traded that name for success. That name was the equivalent of success.
Synonymous with success. Synonymous with success. And
they took all the pictures, man.
Every one of them. Come on, man. I'm with the
Don.
I'm with the Don. Come on. And now
and a stint in wrestling, WrestleMania.
Fucking Vince McMahon and Donald Trump, like,
yeah.
I mean, come on. This was clearly a reversal of, you got this guy when it was sold to you, but then he did this. He flipped and he went nuts.
Well, we have to remember that when we don't, when you don't fill the void, and the void gets filled for you, it's gonna get filled with stuff that he wants.
Yeah. Okay.
Stuff that they want.
Good point.
So if we're not willing to, one of the things that it's gonna be curious about what happens now, is that we never really reconciled how Donald Trump became president in the first place.
Yeah.
And so we could have like knee-jerked to say, oh man, I didn't know how much of this country was racist. Oh, I didn't know how much of this country was misogynistic.
Knee-jerk, yep.
I didn't realize how much of this country wanted to go back to the 1950s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And nobody really took stock in the notion of, hey, wait a minute, you know what? We as Democrats, I don't consider myself a Democrat anymore, but I don't consider myself a conservative either. So I don't know where I am.
Okay.
But I guess before this, I was a Democrat. Before Donald Trump, I was a Democrat.
Yeah.
And the notion that many people feel that they've been abandoned. Many working class people feel that they've been just like left out of the picture.
I see.
And so if you're not, and then if you're going to do the Hillary Clinton thing and not campaign in the central part of the United States, well, then people are going to say, okay, well, fuck it.
Yeah.
You
don't come here. You don't think about us.
Right. And that doesn't make me racist. That doesn't make me anything else. It just makes me kind of fed up. So I'm curious, okay, now you've gotten it. We've had it. We see what it looks like. Now we sort of like have the guy in here that we think is he's supposed to be that guy. He's supposed to be stately. He's supposed to be worldly.
Yeah,
smarter.
Absolutely.
Never mind what his son does. Okay, maybe that might be something we have to deal with because his son might get indicted.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Well, now he can pardon.
No, exactly.
Now he can pardon. So
probably the first thing he said.
100%.
Pardon my son.
Right. Hey, Dad. Dad, remember what you said.
Remember that.
But I'm shocked that Trump didn't go on that route, and go down that patty route, which is available to him, and he did it a little bit, but
did a little bit. I think a lot of it was because of COVID.
Yes.
They didn't have. They were supposed to have 6 debates, only had 3. Only one was worth anything.
But the first one,
that was a shit show.
I mean, come on, it was really bad. I mean,
that was a shit show. And then they had this like town hall where it looked like just two grandfathers sitting on the thing.
Well, I didn't see that one, but I'm talking even the vice president one with Kamala and Pence. This fucking guy's got a fly on his head, and like this production value. At some point, I get it. We're all trying to be distant. The fucking fly on his head was like the highlight of the show.
Right.
And it was horrible. Like, that's when TV should go off. Like, it should beep. Like, wait a minute, something's happening here.
Right, we're just going to show you the okay, we just got the audio.
Right. Play the audio and show a picture or something and fix it. There's no fucking way. There's no way they didn't see what we saw.
Right.
And I don't care how live it is or whatever it is. Production should matter. Like, if I'm the producer of this, like, okay, forget what you feel about Mike Pence or whatever else, but this is the vice president. And you got him looking like with a fly on his head. Yes. He doesn't know. Obviously, he's got gel and all kinds of studio glitz in his hair. Right. But to me, that shows the biasness in people's...
Right, the bias, right.
Like, you can't put your own thing aside and rep the country where that's your your sitting vice president.
Right.
And
he ain't my vice president.
Like, leave him with the fly on his head. But what it looks to other countries,
right?
It looks like a show. That debate looked like a Saturday Night Live special.
And the thing is, we will act differently that way in any other scenario.
That's what I mean.
Like okay, you're a Knicks fan.
Yeah,
you're a Knicks fan. Okay, you can talk shit about the Knicks.
Yes.
So, but if you visit your friend in Oklahoma, and he starts talking about how the Knicks suck, you're gonna like, whoa, cuz you need to chill the fuck out.
Right.
Don't talk about my Knicks that way.
Well, you're not gonna get away with it.
You're gonna defend yours, and I think that's the point you're trying to make. So at some point, we got to defend what's ours. We may not disagree with it.
Right.
We may disagree with it. We may not like it, but you know what? We're gonna defend it because he is the sitting vice president, and the man deserves at least the baseline amount of respect,
that's what I mean.
Courtesy,
that's
and decency.
That's all I was saying. The baseline. All you need is at least
the default.
The default. Default to nice.
Keyword. This episode is named Default.
Default to nice. I agree. That will be the name of this episode. God damn it. But so much to see and say in the future. Your statement as it is, politicians are temporary, Wu-Tang is forever.
Wu-Tang is forever. You could bomb atomically.
Yeah, so what are you catching up on? Any new music? Any new vibes?
I've Busta's joint came out.
Yeah, how'd you like it? Have you listened?
I haven't listened to the whole thing. I've listened to like 3 tracks.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
I'm in like C+ range.
I'm
not. I've heard people say, "Yo, this is straight fire."
No.
And so this,
okay.
This is like that old reminiscent Busta. The dude, Shock Beats. He loves the track.
Come on.
He loves it. And so I listened to 3 tracks, and I was like, like I don't hate it, but so far I wouldn't choose it. Let's put it that way.
Good comment.
So, but I haven't heard the whole thing.
Okay.
I haven't heard the whole. I've only heard 3 tracks.
I listened to the entire album,
and
I'm with you. I'm agreeing.
Okay.
I'm in C+.
C+.
It's category Busta. Like people was.
Typical
I heard
Busta.
Typical Busta.
Okay,
I heard the same sentiments, and I'm like, I bought Extinction Level Event. Like I bought the CD. So you gotta come. That was a different time. That was 98 or whatever it was, 97, 98. And to now, I get it, the prophesize and stuff. I could have did without the fucking Chris Rock. He has Chris Rock on the album. Like
I saw that. Yeah.
And to me, that made it corny. Like that made it so Oh my gosh, what I'm trying to say.
Chris Rock doesn't have that kind of voice either.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, see?
It's that, see? What? It's like, come on, you're making it a caricature. And Busta has so much character by himself with his he's got what I will say is that he showed us a lot of range.
Okay.
From an artist, he has different voices. He's got the super, that gremlin rapid fire to the bop, 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 bop. He got the loud.
Yeah.
He's got different ranges of flows, which is for a hip hop guy. If anybody's into music like that, you'll appreciate it.
You appreciate it,
especially if you're an artist or lyricist. He gave you a little bit of the young stuff with the trap rap and this what they call this drill. There's a new genre called drill, which is drill, yeah, which is Pop Smoke with these heavy UK beats. Whoop, 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 doom.
Okay.
That
Okay.
Welcome to the party. You know
Okay.
Pop Smoke?
All right.
No.
No,
Heard of
no.
Pop Smoke?
No.
No. He's dead now. The way they killed him. Wow, what a difference in hip hop. And now, rest in peace, King Von.
Yes,
was
I heard.
murdered.
Yes.
Yeah.
Murdered. Wow.
Well, a cop shot him, I guess.
Oh, okay.
There was a shootout.
Shootout.
in Atlanta, and I guess he got shot.
Wow, why are these dudes in shootouts? Just
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't
Put yourself in that.
Yeah, like how'd you? I mean, I don't know anything about it. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Lord forbid. I just, anybody dying is not a good thing.
Yeah.
But how do you get in there? How do you?
How do you get to that point?
Yeah, just.
It's the circle. I mean, when you hang. Listen, there's a lot of cheap thrills, cheap fame out here,
cheap fame. Yes, that's
cheap-
it. Yes.
and it's you've said this. It's dopamine. You just like Donald Trump at the highest level has the dopamine. He needs it. Like
Yeah,
he
needs
needs
that rush.
the action.
Oh yeah, you see him at his rallies.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Uh,
That he could do that all day, every day,
yes.
and it would be just fine with him.
I know.
He
And-
could probably have rallies after he's no longer president,
Yeah.
saying what he did as president. And
Yeah.
People would probably still come out to see him. He'd make a little bit of money doing it.
Yep.
And a book, maybe not a book, but something's coming, which he's gonna have his library, presidential library.
I'm
Which I'm very curious as to number one where it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be in New York
yeah.
because he's born and raised in New York.
Yeah.
He's always been a New York dude, so it's
Queens
probably gonna
guy.
be in New York.
Queens. Just a
I'm-
kid from Queens.
Curious as to what's gonna be in it.
But I will say this. I can almost see this guy, Donald Trump, creating his own. Well, we're gonna make our own election. We're gonna make our own league. We'll call the United Trump.
Yeah.
United Trump Tards or
Trump
whatever.
Nation.
Trump Nation. Yeah. And he's gonna sign people up to make a. He's got to get back to something.
Yeah, he's not gonna walk away.
And do you think he'll go back again? They said he can.
He can.
He can. He's eligible for another
He's
4 more
eligible.
years.
So who knows?
Wow. My, how we switch topics.
Who knows? But hey,
Very quickly.
Yeah, I know, right? What were we talking about?
Rest in peace, King Von.
King Von. Rest
Yeah.
in peace. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what I heard? And talking about Busta's album, what I heard on my had my shuffle. I'm in the car. I'm driving. What came up with some old leaders of the new school. And I was just reminded of how, like, when that came out, how like everybody was. What like we didn't like you couldn't define it. It was
you
like
couldn't
so
define
new.
it.
It was
Yeah.
so new.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, if you followed the whole native tongue,
Native tongues.
the whole native tongues and that whole era, it made Long Island proud.
Yes.
I mean, for sure.
Yes,
Because-
the native tongues were
Q-Tip, De La Soul, Jungle Brothers.
Jungle Brothers. We forget the Jungle Brothers.
Oh, you can't forget.
Can't
the
forget
Jungle
the Jungle Brothers.
Those were our label mates over at what you call it, records. One more. You had what it was
Leaders in the new school.
Leaders of the New School. Well, according to Busta, he said he was not in native tongue. They were an offspring, like
Okay.
They were
They
kind
were
of
like
like
an
that
offshoot?
offshoot. Yeah.
What was the? Oh, there was.
Who? Another one? Another group?
No, I remember. I'm thinking of I'm thinking of the EPMD shoot off.
Oh, Hit
EPMD,
Squad.
EPM, yeah.
Hit Squad.
EPMD was Long Island, but
Yeah.
But they were different.
But super proud. I mean, super proud. I mean, Rakim of all people. You know what I'm saying? Brother from Brentwood, Long Island. You know, that whole thing. They're talking about naming a street after him in
About
Brentwood.
Rakim?
Yeah,
He was in Freeport.
Brentwood.
Brentwood was
Some-
EPMD.
Yeah, but Rakim was from out there too. Rakim,
He was from Brentwood?
He's out in Suffolk County.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was Freeport.
State Street or something, or 8th Street. 8
Okay.
CI, Central. He's not Freeport.
I know-
He's not Nassau.
He went to Freeport High School.
Played football.
He played football.
Yeah.
Was going to get a scholarship. Imagine that. When took that scholarship to go play football.
Yes, but he was on some talk show or something.
Okay.
But I know
didn't
he's.
it was,
I know he's
thought
from.
it was Freeport.
No, because his studio was out there. I know. He still records out in Long Island, and actually, MC Shan had lived not too far from him. I remember we was at Shan's house, and he was like, "Yeah, Rakim live around the corner."
Okay. All right.
Something like that. But anyway, yeah. Imagine what would have happened. We'd have had.
And they decided to play football.
But he was on the Busta Rhymes album too. They had a verse.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
like I said, I only heard 3
Yeah,
tracks.
the God was on there. Just getting back to the Busta thing. I mean, it was. It's a good album.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good piece of work. I'm just saying, for me, selfishly, I could have did without the Chris Rock fucking.
Okay.
Okay. You know who it is? It's fucking Busta Buzz, baby. Busta Buzz. You don't hear shit like this anywhere. Bring up Busta Buzz. It's too much.
He's got a voice for cartoons.
Yes. And I envisioned, when I was listening to it, I envisioned the cartoon Chris Rock
I just
narrating it. It just was, it was useless.
Yeah.
And-
Like I can't hear his voice and not think of Everybody Hates Chris.
yeah.
And that's the, which was perfect.
Perfect.
Which was
My father used to
exactly.
bust mines.
which was perfect. But now when I hear him, that's
Yeah.
all I hear. All I hear is Everybody Hates Chris. And he's got this. I think he's got this commercial now with AT&T. And when I hear it, I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound right. And, and I look and wow, he's got a corporate commercial. I mean, props.
Yeah, no.
But
no, listen,
it's one of those things where I can't hear him.
I love his body of work. I love him as a
comedian.
When he did Saturday Night Live, he was great. And last night was Saturday Night Live was
It was Dave Chappelle.
Dave
right?
Chappelle, which I'm gonna go back and watch. I
didn't see that.
I didn't see it either. It was out hanging out, but anyway. But yeah, Busta. Kudos, man. Go pick up that Extinction Level event too, wherever you get your music or stream or whatever.
However you do it.
However you do it today. So, no sports. I mean, football is like abysmal to watch. How about Clemson yesterday? I mean, Notre Dame and Clemson.
Notre Dame beat him. That's nothing that pissed me off about the selection. That goddamn speech took the game off. I had to go to another channel.
Yeah, we did the same thing.
I'm like, what?
We were watching Notre Dame.
What do you mean? I'm like, and I had to go to some other channel to finish watching.
Now, am I correct that the Notre Dame guy was at the Trump? Wasn't he part of that super spreader event? The Notre Dame president or something, or the?
Possibly. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't get into. I hate that we do that.
Default. To
Hey,
president.
he went to a Trump event.
Yeah.
So this is I
He
say
had on
I
blue
say-
shoes.
I say a lot. I say this is America. You can do that.
You can do that.
You can do that. They had a Trump rally down on Merrick Road.
You know, they said that. So that's real. They had it at
Yeah.
Target, right? There was one in Target.
I didn't know about the one in well at the who was it? Kev, I think.
Right.
Kev on his
Someone said it.
someone mentioned, but it wasn't at Target. Someone said it to make it seem that Target was having a Trump rally,
right.
Which is not the case.
Not the case.
People were outside of the parking lot doing a Trump thing.
But to your sentiment, I said the same. I was like, and
Yeah, it's like, so?
so what? Like what? What are you going? Or are you?
Yeah.
It's over there. Yeah, okay. And roaches are there, and ants are here, and trees are here. I bet you wipe your own ass. But this is I don't understand. Like, so what? Like,
Right.
So what? Like, they're allowed.
Yeah.
You shouldn't throw eggs at people who believe in something different.
Yeah.
That's democracy. That's okay. I wear a Trump hat. You wear Make America, you wear a MAGA hat or whatever else. Okay, fine. That's automatic hate.
Yes.
And if we've seen anything from this, we know what we don't want. We just
We know what we don't want, but the thing is, that's no different. That's no different from looking at somebody who you don't recognize.
Yeah.
Walking in your neighborhood.
yeah. Okay.
You know.
Perfect example.
That's the same.
Good segue.
That's the same thing, and so we know how that felt
Yep.
when we walked into a spot that we weren't familiar with.
Good point.
And we know when we saw those
Yeah. Alright.
just looking around.
All right.
So, we shouldn't be allowed to do that to somebody. I mean, some people think that, okay, now everything's okay, so we can do that now.
Yeah,
So, no, it doesn't mean you can be the worst part of
No.
who you are.
Right.
You still got to be, you still got to.
Default to nice.
There you go.
It fits so well. Oh, like OJ's glove. It just fits.
Somebody said, oh man, I can't remember who. I can't remember.
Was it still trying to get us for OJ?
No, somebody mentioned OJ about something, and they said, "Who would you rather see than Donald Trump?" And somebody put OJ or something like that.
Man, that
Leave
guy
the man alone. I wonder if he's jacked now. I wonder if he's doing push-ups. And,
in jail.
yeah,
I don't know.
teaching people how to cut. No, this is how you cut past off.
Oh, when you get through the spine, it's like, oh, man. Damn OJ. How do you default to OJ?
Default to OJ. Ha!
Yeah, is that? Oh no, we spent a couple of nights leading up to Halloween. We don't partake in the ghoulish festivities anymore because obviously COVID. But we've been watching horror movies all week, me and my wife. So every night it's been like a movie or two, and so we went back because there's not a lot of new stuff out. So we went
Yeah.
back. We watched Sleepaway Camp.
Okay.
Now you may think you remember it, but you're not sure you remember it until you watch it again.
Absolutely. I'm sure if I see it again, I'm gonna
You're gonna
think
bug
about
out.
it a totally different way.
Totally different way, especially with your eyes now as an adult. And when you were seeing it, it was super campy. The art,
Yeah.
acting was horrible.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, but all the things that went wrong in this movie, like the chef was a pedophile. The fucking the owner of the place was this cigar old man dating the kids, the camp counselors. Everything was wrong about Sleepaway Camp. And this at the end, of course. Do you remember the end of Sleepaway Camp?
I don't. Tell me.
The end of Sleepaway Camp was the girl who was going around killing everybody was actually a boy.
Right.
And the dick shot penis. They showed her standing there with her pants off. Ah! It was a dick. All from a boating accident of her gay father. Which this movie is so fucked up.
I gotta go back and
Go back and watch Sleepaway Camp. And you will bug the fuck. Me and my wife sat here and watched it and we was like, we know this movie, but we don't know this movie.
Right.
If you watch this movie, hopefully you got all the fixings and stuff to sit there and
You should not leave. You should.
everything was wrong in this movie. The father was at the boat, the yacht. I mean, at the lake with his boyfriend.
Okay.
Which you didn't know until she flashed
Until
in
she
her
flashed
head.
in her
and
head, okay.
That, and then the surviving mother.
I get it.
It's
I get it.
It's
now.
a lot. I can't unpack it here in the show. But go see Sleepaway Camp again. You'll be, and there's part 3, 4, and 5. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5, which we said no, we can't do it. We
Can't do it
just
again.
can't do it again.
Yeah, maybe it got better.
No, because the same girl, the story about her as a transgender
Okay.
is now
So the first horror training.
Yes.
Movie.
There's so much in this.
The first horror training movie.
There's so much to unpack in Sleepaway Camp. It will make you'll be like, how did this slip past me in my childhood? Like, you just saw this and walked away?
And we did right.
Like
This,
oh, that was whack. Or
what did I see? I saw all the all the Halloweens.
oh man,
There was the last one I think was when it was like
it was back with Jamie.
with Jamie Lee Curtis and
Granddaughters, right? That's the one where they had shotguns and
I don't know. I just kept seeing this one scene over and over and over again where Mike Myers is in the back seat of a van, and you know it's moving and she doesn't see it, and then you see it moving again, and she sees it moving, and it's like, and so gets to a point where she's able to stop. He knocks out. He falls out.
yeah.
Standing there, she runs him over. But she runs him over to the point where she fucks herself up. And this thing just goes on over and over and over again. And I'm like, at some point, you go, you kind of are bringing this shit on yourself now.
Yeah.
Like, if
You're working
if
yourself.
you can't effectively run a dude over that's tormented you for the rest of your life, you kind of deserve this shit now.
Oh.
You hit him.
Oh.
Hit him, back over him. Hit him, do all that. Don't hit him. And then all of a sudden you forget to turn. You're on a fucking winding road. And so now the car flips over 3 times. You're out. And who can survive that shit? Mike Myers can. You can't.
You can't. It's funny you say that because last night when we were watching.
And how come nobody has any guns?
Well, she had tons of guns at the house. I mean, when in the last one, she was prepared for his return. Like,
Well, yes.
the whole house was booby trapped.
Well, she wasn't. She had no gun with her then.
Well, as I said to my buddy Mitch yesterday, I was like, then what would we watch?
True.
You can't.
The first side, pow!
Right.
Credits roll.
Yeah.
It's like a 6-minute movie.
No, that's it. Cut.
That's it.
That's
Well,
it.
they found him. They shot him. This
Yeah.
is a right to carry state. So this is. That's why shit like that doesn't happen around here.
Oh man, that's like this Borat guy. I mean, Sacha.
Oh,
Baron
Sacha
Cohen.
Baron Cohen.
That is so. For people who think like his antics and stuff is like some of it's impromptu, I guess. I mean, I'm assuming that it's like he catches people off guard.
Yeah.
I think he tells people something else.
Yeah,
and then
he
gets
pulls
to
a
get
bait
the
and
permission.
switch.
Yeah, does permission and then comes with that. With the Giuliani scene, was crazy. Like,
Yeah, it was, but it's also like easily explainable. That's 'cause
Right.
If he's mic'd up,
right?
and then it's time for him to go. Okay, well he's taking his shit off, and then he's taking it off of his. I mean, that makes perfect
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
But then to say it's something that it's just I don't like when you
Bait and switch.
yeah.
But I think he's full. Not he probably. It's funny. It's good content. It's content if you're in that business. If you're looking for that.
it's yeah.
But the misconception, what I was getting at, was the misconception that it's real.
Yes.
That it's intended and. Because everyone's like, did you see him? And Giuliani was gonna have sex with that girl. And
Right,
he was,
right,
the
right.
narrative it pushes on the basis of satire.
Right.
He's tricking you because he's going under a different vein.
When you forget it, when you forget.
Yeah,
that
you
right.
forget that it's a funny show. And, you see characters and people, and you go, see, I knew Giuliani liked little girls. I knew,
Like the one when he turned the left. So I'm sorry, we got to reset the lights and whatnot. Turns the light off.
Yeah.
And he pops back on and he's dead naked.
Yeah. What's with this guy? Why is he dressed like that? Why? Makes for good TV, I guess.
It is. I mean, it's amusing, but like you said, you got to remember it's satire.
Yeah.
You can't now all of a sudden turn the truth. Aha! See,
See? Right.
he was about to suck his dick.
Right. But that's why comedy is so important for us. We need to laugh. We need to joke.
Yeah.
We need the release of it. But you can't prosecute on comedy. Like,
No.
there's no conviction.
No, there's no conviction.
There shouldn't be any conviction.
No,
And that's why comedy
shouldn't be.
There should be Louis C.K.'s all over the place.
It should be funny and not funny.
right.
That's it.
Pretty
It
much.
should be funny and not funny.
Yeah. Some people are not that funny.
There's
I
this
mean,
guy named, you know who Tim Dillon is?
Tim Dillon. I think so.
He's this comedian out of he does political comedy. He's out of
I've
California.
heard him, never saw him. I've heard him
He's hilarious,
on
dude.
radio.
He's hilarious. He did this thing with when Biden finally became president.
Uh-huh.
And his wife says, "Joe, it's the phone. Do you know who it is?" "No, I don't." "I think you're president." "I was already vice president." "No, now you're president." "Is there any pudding left?"
But he has this low, drawn voice, right? Like a
Tim Dillon?
Tim Dillon.
Like a low scratchy voice. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He did the Meghan McCain. When you get a chance, look at him. He does a Meghan McCain thing on The View, which is hilarious. He dresses up as Meghan McCain and says how Donald Trump wants to fuck his corpse.
Oh.
Or something. It's really
So violent.
But it is. But it's in that vein of
Yeah.
First of all, it's comedy.
Yep.
You know, you can't take it too seriously.
No.
And if it's not funny, okay, then it's not funny.
Right.
They kind of like miss the mark.
Yeah.
But you kind of like have to let it be.
Let it be, or turn it off if you don't like it. Just
Right.
look away.
Right.
I mean, murder. Like I saw some movies that the death count is incredible. Like
Oh, movies,
shooting
yeah.
people in the face, and just because he has to rescue a girl,
Yeah.
or whatever it is, whatever his causes, whatever the protagonist's causes, that many people casualties should. I mean, okay, I'm getting a little grumpy and old and saying I don't want to see you shoot 1 million people like bah bah and
Yeah.
stab you in the face and like
Yeah.
that's what fucking gets people agitated. Like
That's that get like when it's not and when there's no meaning behind it, when there's nothing to it other than just like more numbers.
right.
It's okay, well this time he took care of 3 guys. Oh yeah, well if you wait 12 minutes, he's gonna take care of 32 guys.
I'm saying body count is crazy. Like I think you can make a skillful movie without having
Yeah.
the body. It's almost like cursing in rap songs. Like
Yeah. You can.
you know, there's Rakim will show you. You know what I'm saying? That's the only guy that him and Will Smith made
Yes.
that have consciously made
Don't
a
use
no
don't
curse.
use language.
Yeah.
Don't use that language.
And it's dope, dope music. I mean,
yeah.
one guy, only one guy,
You forget that, yeah.
one guy.
And it's the thing where, it's not that you object to hearing that language, but then when you hear too much of it.
Yeah, I mean,
And we hear motherfuckers always fucking want to do the fucking shit and tell these motherfucking niggas that these niggas don't know shit. And it's,
you rap. That's rap. That is, boy. Oh my God. They kill me with that stuff though. I mean, that's when you look at the music scene, it's so hard to like it. Like
it can be, yeah.
even the R&B now. Oh, I wanna lick your ass and suck you down and so vulgar. So
Whatever happened to a nice night out?
nice night out.
Some dinner.
Buy you dinner.
Maybe get an ice
wine and
cream.
dine you. Yeah. And stroke your hair at best. These guys are licking, flipping, and oh gosh.
And interesting. Somebody posted something that is you know what I realized in a lot of these R&B songs.
No one grabs air.
A lot of these women talk about how they cheated on their dude.
Yeah.
Not too many dudes talk about how they cheat on their woman. They talk about how they could be a better guy,
Right.
or how they might got caught up in something
Yep.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's never like a straight up, oh, the hell with that one. I'm doing this one.
My, how the industry has changed.
It is.
But it's hard to like. I mean, sometimes you just want to hear some. Like I downloaded a R&B mixtape or whatever. Today's R&B, like, and I'm like, this is fucking rap. Like this is like rap songs with melodies. I mean,
Well, what did
it's all Ja Rule music. Like that genre. That's a genre that never made it really.
what's his name called it? What's his name from Wu-Tang? The guy that does all the mixing.
Who, RZA?
Yes.
Yes.
And he called it rapping bullshit.
Yeah, rapping
R&B,
bullshit.
rapping
yeah,
bullshit.
rapping bullshit. But there's a place for that. Like I'm saying, like the Ja Rule records, the singing rap songs. Where would I be without you?
without you.
I know you're lonely. That's a singing record. He's singing. He's just rapping through it. Anyway,
No more singing. No more rapping. No more
I
rapping.
like when R&B guys used to grab air. That's what they say.
That's fine.
Grab air.
And whatever happened to dudes like smiling?
Yeah.
Like why? Like you trying
Why
to convince a girl something, but you.
Yeah. So. Not
I guess you couldn't do it the other way, right? I guess you couldn't.
Hi, I'm Kyle.
Hi.
I'm Kyle.
God, you're so beautiful. There's a great muffin shop around the corner. Maybe we can get a diet soda, get a muffin, see where it,
A muffin shop?
and see where it takes.
What up, it's your boy Chad O. Out here in LA.
A muffin shop. I was convinced that
What time is it?
it's
Oh
time.
shit! I was trying to catch it at 1:12.
Damn it. You blew it. You blew it.
I
You
blew it again.
Oh, that would have been dope.
That would have been dope if we ended it at 1:12. But we're 2 minutes late.
2 minutes late. This is Two Bros Podcast, episode 112. Party people, please have a blessed week. But more important, be a blessing to someone else.
Welcome.